Hi, my name is Shapiro. I'd like to read something for you today from one of my recent books that I put out. It's called The Zetas, History, Hybrids, and Human Contacts, and I channeled it from various beings. It's published by Light Technology. This is chapter 18. I'm just going to read you a little bit. The chapter title is Untold Stories, Contact with Criminals and Microbes. And the beings that channeled are Zosh and Katuk. Zosh speaking now. Tonight we're going to do something a little different. There was that remark last night about contacts going unreported because the people were, for one reason or another, evading the authorities. Possibly we'll hear from one of the entities involved in picking these individuals up. This individual picked up more than one. Then the questioner, there's always a questioner there. Shall we talk about the bears or the ETs and the criminals? Right, says Zosh. We were supposed to do the bears tonight, weren't we? I think we'll talk about the criminals first, though. Okay, says the questioner, we've got time. And then Katuk goes on to speak of the transformation of his people. I'm just going to read you a little portion of that. My name is Katuk. I am from a planet near the Vega star system that is a little past Orion. I would like to tell you about a few things that I have done in the past on your planet, as per the suggestion of your friend. Welcome, welcome, says the questioner. Thank you. I have a unique interest in certain peoples. Going back to the point of departure from the old ways, the history, the cultural history of my people in the old days was what you might call a criminal enterprise. Nothing like your pirates, who were really quite terrible, although for some perverse reason they have been romanticized. But robbery was not unknown. Hiding people for an exchange, things like that. Back then, we were tolerated by the people in our star system. Not exactly welcomed, he chuckles here, but tolerated. One day, however, a teacher came to us, someone who walked on your planet a couple of thousand years ago, and he seemed to have no difficulty getting along with my people, even though it was a criminal colony on a portion of a planet. He seemed to be completely at ease with us meaning my ancestors. I am speaking for them. And although he did not participate in any criminal activities, he did not judge them in any way either. He spoke about a mission he wanted to do, but would not be able to do because he was required elsewhere, and he spoke about this mission for quite a while. I think it must have captured the imagination of my ancestors, and it seemed to have been their turning point. This was not the only reason, of course. There was also pressure from other parts of the planet and other peoples and other planets in the star system who wanted us to be more benevolent and more cooperative. But his stories seem to have been the thing that changed people's hearts. He said that someday there would be a great many troubled people, much more extreme than my ancestors in their activities, and that they would need help from people like him, who would not judge them, who could give them the vision and spiritual uplifting in a way that would get their attention and could not be ignored. He spoke of this quite a bit. After some time, my ancestors said, "We are intrigued by what you say. Although we don't feel ready to do this now, because we feel so highly of you, we would like to give you our commitment as blood brothers, that we will do this in the future. We will speak highly of this to our sons and daughters, and when they feel the time is right, perhaps you will send us the ships we can use, and we will come to that planet Earth and do our best to encourage those people who are acting somewhat the way we were." And he said, "That's good enough for me." And they had a big feast. And he said that he would return or send an emissary who would use certain signs, which he showed my ancestors. The questioner says, "Hand signs?" And the answer starts, "Yes, the signs would identify the emissary as being from him." And my ancestors said, "Wonderful." I wanted to read that today. It goes on and the story completes itself. But I wanted to read it today because I felt that this is really a message for our time. So many people are saying that this is the end of the world, or this is the beginning of a new world, or that things are coming and this and that. And a lot of these statements and so on are totally and completely well intended. But sometimes they don't take into account our true magical abilities. I feel that right now, as a people, the human race, we are more magical than ever before. And what we say, the words we say, what we think, even what we sing in those words, has a tendency to come to be what is. There is a tendency to believe that it's okay to say certain things, and then you could say, "Oh, check that," or "Oh, I take that back." But that doesn't work. We're in a time now where our physical world is very close to our physical bodies. And our physical bodies are completely and totally literal, as has been said before in a previous video. So what you say is what is. And if our physical bodies believe that's what is, they have a tendency to institute that as a physical fact and as ongoing. Let's claim our magical ability and our magical heritage, and let's consider saying things that we really would like to be. And I'm not talking about revenge or we're going to get those guys. I'm talking about what we would really like to be in the most benevolent way for all beings. Let's say these things more often. And songwriters, maybe make up some tunes and lyrics to support that. I'm really not trying to change who you are. I'm just trying to help balance who we are as a people and help us to become our true, natural, benevolent, magical selves. Let's claim that now. Good life.